Have you ever found yourself endlessly replaying past mistakes in your mind, wishing you had acted differently? Maybe you made a decision you regret, or you feel like you missed an opportunity that could have changed your life. It's a common feeling, the urge to go back, change things, and undo the past. But here's the problem. When we focus on past mistakes, we trap ourselves in that moment, and we lose the power to shape the present and the future. In modern life, it's easy to fall into the trap of living in the past. We regret what we did or didn't do, and we become emotionally anchored in a time we can no longer change. We may even let these feelings of regret shape our current decisions, making us anxious about making more mistakes. But Stoicism offers us a profound alternative. We have no control over the past. The only thing we can control is how we respond in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, put it simply: do not waste the time remaining on thoughts about others or about what has passed. This wisdom reminds us that regret over past decisions is a waste of precious time. What we can control, however, is the choice we make right now, in this moment. So, how can we apply Stoic teachings to free ourselves from the emotional chains of regret and focus on what truly matters, our present responsibility and future growth? Let's dive into it. Stay with us on this journey, because the best part is yet to come. And if you know someone who struggles with letting go of past decisions, share this video with them. Let's reflect on a profound quote from Marcus Aurelius. Do not waste the time remaining on thoughts about others or about what has passed. This quote touches on something so deeply human: the tendency to dwell on the past. We've all been there, replaying old decisions, wishing we'd done things differently, or regretting actions we can no longer change. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us that this kind of thinking is a waste of time. The past is gone. What we have is the present moment, the time that remains, and we cannot afford to squander it by holding on to regret. Regret often traps us in a cycle of rumination, preventing us from moving forward. But Stoicism teaches us that we can only shape the future through our actions in the present. The past is beyond our control, and as painful as it might be, it is something we must let go of in order to embrace the fullness of our lives today. Ask yourself, how much time do you spend thinking about past mistakes? How much energy do you waste wishing you had acted differently? What could you accomplish if you focus that energy on what you can control right now? Regret is a natural feeling, but it can easily become a burden that weighs us down. We often replay moments from the past in our minds, trying to find a way to change what's already been done. This habit of dwelling on past mistakes keeps us emotionally stuck, preventing us from moving forward and making new choices. Stoicism teaches us that regret, although a common human experience, is ultimately a waste of time. The past is fixed. We can't undo it, change it, or redo it. The only thing we can do is learn from it and move on. Marcus Aurelius' quote, "Do not waste the time remaining on thoughts about others or about what has passed," invites us to stop looking back and to start focusing on the present. This moment, right now, is where our power lies. Think about it. How much time have you spent wishing you'd made a different decision? Perhaps there's a relationship you wish had turned out differently, a career move you regret, or a mistake you made that haunts you. It is easy to get caught in the what-ifs and imagine a different life had you made different choices. But this kind of thinking traps you in the past, and it pulls you away from the opportunities in the present. Stoicism asks us to stop giving away our power to the past. We have no control over it. What we do have control over is how we respond to it. We can choose to learn from our mistakes, to make amends where necessary, and most importantly, to move forward. By focusing on the present, we can use our time and energy to make better decisions now and create a future that aligns with our values. This doesn't mean we ignore the past. Far from it. Stoicism teaches that we should reflect on past decisions to learn from them, but not to dwell on them. The key is understanding that while we cannot change the past, we can always influence the future through the choices we make today. Think about a time when you felt consumed by regret. What could have changed if, instead of rehashing the past, you focused on what you could do in that moment? Could you have redirected that energy into taking a new action, creating a new opportunity, or simply letting go and embracing the present? By embracing the Stoic mindset, we free ourselves from the emotional weight of regret. We allow ourselves to grow, to make better decisions, and to fully engage in the life we have right now. To truly let go of regret, we must first accept the core Stoic teaching that the past is beyond our control. This is one of the most empowering insights of Stoicism, the recognition that while we can change what has already happened, we always have the ability to shape how we respond. This mindset isn't about ignoring our past mistakes or pretending they didn't happen. It is about giving ourselves the freedom to move forward. 1. The dichotomy of control. The Stoic concept of the dichotomy of control is central to overcoming regret. There are two categories of things in life: those we can control and those we cannot. We can control our current actions, our thoughts, and our decisions moving forward. But we cannot control the past, and we cannot change the things we've already done. When we focus on past regrets, we're wasting our energy on something that's outside our control. Instead, we can redirect that energy toward the present moment, where we have the power to act. The key question to ask yourself is, what can I control today? By embracing this question, we release ourselves from the emotional weight of the past and focus on what we can do now to make things better. The next time you catch yourself ruminating over past decisions, pause and remind yourself that your focus should be on how you respond today. What actions can you take now that will move you toward growth and peace? 2. Embrace present responsibility. One of the most powerful aspects of Stoicism is its emphasis on present responsibility. While the past is gone, today is all we truly have. It is within our control to act with integrity, to make wise choices, and to learn from our mistakes. Rather than dwelling on the past, we are asked to focus on what we can do now to be better, to contribute meaningfully, and to shape a future we can be proud of. This is a call to action. Rather than waiting for the past to change or for others to validate your choices, Stoicism invites you to act right now with purpose. What can you do today to align with your values and improve your situation? How can you take responsibility for your life, regardless of what's happened before? When we embrace our present responsibility, we stop living in the shadow of regret and instead take control of the direction we're moving in. We stop blaming ourselves for what is behind us and start focusing on what is in front of us. 3. Reflection, not repetition. While Stoicism encourages us to learn from our mistakes, it also teaches us not to dwell on them endlessly. Reflection is valuable. But when we replay the same mistakes over and over in our minds, we fall into a cycle of emotional stagnation. This is where the Stoic practice of amor fortiter, love of fate, becomes crucial. Instead of resisting or regretting the past, we learn to accept it as part of our journey. The Stoics believed that every event, even those we perceive as negative, can offer us a lesson. When we embrace this mindset, we stop seeing past mistakes as failures and begin to view them as stepping stones toward wisdom and growth. To truly let go of regret, we must practice this acceptance. If you look back on a past decision and feel regret, pause and ask, What has this taught me? How can I use this experience to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient? This shift in perspective doesn't make the past mistakes disappear, but it frees us from the emotional grip they hold over us. By learning from our experiences and accepting them, we empower ourselves to move forward. 4. Forgiveness of yourself and others. A key part of letting go of regret is practicing forgiveness, especially of yourself. Stoicism teaches us to take responsibility for our actions. But it also encourages us to be gentle with ourselves when we fall short. If we are constantly punishing ourselves for past mistakes, we deny ourselves the opportunity to grow and move forward. Forgiveness isn't about excusing our mistakes. It's about recognizing that we are human and that mistakes are part of the learning process. By forgiving ourselves, we free up the emotional energy that we would otherwise spend on guilt and regret, allowing us to direct that energy toward creating a better future. This also applies to forgiving others. Holding onto resentment or regret about how others treated us in the past only keeps us tied to negative emotions. By practicing forgiveness, we release ourselves from this emotional prison and create space for growth and peace. Practical steps to let go of regret. Practice mindfulness. When you start ruminating on past mistakes, bring yourself back to the present moment. Focus on what you can do now. Ask yourself, what can I control right now? What action can I take that will move me forward? Learn. Don't linger. Instead of replaying past decisions endlessly, reflect on what you learned from them. How can you apply those lessons today? Embrace the idea that mistakes are a part of the journey, not the destination. Forgive yourself. Understand that no one is perfect. Accept your mistakes and forgive yourself. Remember, you can't change what's already been done, but you can choose to be better moving forward. Focus on the present. Every day is an opportunity to take responsibility for your actions. Focus on what you can do today to live in alignment with your values. Let go of the need to change the past and invest your energy in creating a future you can be proud of. By applying these Stoic principles, we can begin to let go of regret and embrace the present moment. The past is behind us, but the future is still ours to shape. The power lies in our ability to choose how we respond to the present, and that's where our freedom and peace can be found in the end. The key to letting go of regret is understanding that the past is beyond our control, and our energy is better spent focusing on what we can change today. The Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius reminds us not to waste time dwelling on past decisions or what has already occurred. Instead, we are called to use the time we have now wisely, to act with responsibility, and to focus on the present. When we release the hold of regret, we free ourselves to live more fully in the moment. We stop letting past mistakes define us and instead use them as stepping stones toward growth. As the Stoics teach, we cannot change the past, but we can control how we respond to it, how we learn from it, and how we choose to live moving forward. Ask yourself, what is within my control right now? How can I take this moment to learn, grow, and move toward a future I can be proud of? It is not about erasing the past, it is about using the present to shape the life you want. Remember, regret only weighs us down if we let it. Stoicism teaches us to act with integrity, to learn from our experiences, and to forgive ourselves so we can move forward. The time to act is now, not in the past. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share it with anyone who might benefit from letting go of regret. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. How do you let go of past mistakes and embrace the present?